are going to have some very wonderful information shared with us by our OSO First Vice President, Michelle Maniscus. She's going to share with us the sparkle of membership. Let's receive her with our Delta Kappa Gamma silent applause.
Thank you very much. Before I share my screen, I just want to say that the power of yes, it's so strong, and we appreciate all of you ladies who said yes and stepped up either to a new role or something that you've had for a while. But we appreciate your leadership, and you are the true treasures of our organization. So thank you very much. And I'm going to move to sharing my screen. All right, can everyone see it okay? Thumbs up? Okay. All right, so this is DKG, Ohio State Organization Membership Quest that I'm going to be sharing with you. Oops, there we go. So you're about to set out on a most important quest for the DKG Holy Grail. And what might that be? Membership. And why do you think that membership is so important? Because this year we have 68 chapters. We did conduct a campaign, the True Treasures of DKG being membership, and we were able to get 60 new members, which we are very happy about that. And that is only through May. So I'm sure that we're going to receive a lot more than that because June numbers are not included in that. We also received 12 reinstated members. But unfortunately, we had 44 deaths. We also had 82 dropped members. And then we had 2 chapters dissolved. So we are now down from 70 last year to 68 chapters. So membership is extremely important. Who should take part in this quest? Officers, membership committee, just by themselves? No, we need all members to take part in this quest. We need officers to promote and buy in from your admin team to promote it so you can get the buy-in from your admin team. It's a key to the success of the membership quest. Membership chairs and committees organize, strategize, and plan how you're going to find new members, previous members to reinstate, and how to keep current members engaged. And then all members of your chapter should be on the hunt for prospective members, inviting them to meetings and special events that your chapters may have. It takes the whole chapter working together to build and strengthen chapter membership. What should you pack on your journey? I know this has been mentioned, but we're going to take a deeper dive into it. The handbook of the DKG, which it used to be called the go-to guide, and it used to be separated for each committee. And now it's all in one handy dandy little handbook. So I want to show you where that is going to be found, because we don't always know where things are, and I want to help you be able to find that. So if you're looking for that handy dandy handbook, you may find it under Media Resources, under President, and this is on the international website. And here it is right here. And when you click on it, it's a nice, pretty purple. And you could print that off, but you really don't have to. It's a PDF that you can open up and it's there for your use. We're going to be looking at just the membership section of it, but I want to show you where it's at. Also, resources I'm going to be sharing later are for membership are located on the DKG Ohio website under the website, and then committees, and then you go to membership. And I'll be sharing those also with you. All right. In that handbook, the first on page 6 and 7 in that handbook, you're going to find out exactly with membership what types of member classifications that we have in our organization. We have active, reserve, collegiate, and honorary. And this is what it looks like in the actual handbook on page 6, and then I'll show you 7. So it's going to tell you exactly what an active member, what involves, because I get this question a lot in my email, is what is a collegiate member? That's the main question I get. And then different questions about specific roles that we have or classifications that we have for membership. And they're in that handy dandy little handbook on the pages that I mentioned, 6 and 7. So this one has active and what it's involved. And this one is reserves. And I get this question a lot. And then collegiate. One thing I do want to point out, because this is a new classification, is that collegiate members shall be granted to undergraduate or graduate students who met the following criteria. Bachelor student collegiate members. They must be enrolled in an institution in coursework leading to a career in education and have the intent to continue academically and professionally in the field of education. And number 2, be enrolled within the last 2 years of their bachelor education degree. That one is the one that seems to come up a lot. And then also we have graduate, master, doctoral, and collegiate members can be part of that collegiate classification. They must have graduate, master's, doctoral standing in an institution offering coursework in the field of education, or 2, have the intent to continue academically and professionally in the field of education. And then we also have our honorary membership. And one thing to note with that is they cannot be an active member to receive that. All right. All right, you must understand the duties of the membership committee if you are on it. And also, all officers should be understanding exactly what the roles of the membership committee are. So that is on page 8 in your handbook. Oh. And there it is. So down here in this section, it describes exactly what membership's roles are. So membership chairs work with the chapters to encourage recruitment, retention, and reinstatement of members. They also prepare the necrology report. If you do not have a necrology committee, then they would be the one who would prepare that. And also you want to refer to, I know at different chapters, we have different forms that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Form 2 and Form 6 and who's going to be responsible for that. Ultimately, the International says it is the membership committee who's responsible for that, but you need to refer to your chapter and what they do with that. Okay, membership committee duties, like we said, recruitment, retention, and reinstatement of members. And what do each one of those mean? Right here in that handy dandy handbook, it talks to you about what reinstatement means, what termination, how that process goes, how we transfer, and it also can help you find in there exactly if your chapter is going to merge with another, They're all there in that handbook for you under membership. Okay, just a few things that I want to tell you about. Go back to membership committee's duties, recruitment, retention, and reinstatement of members. I want to let you know that Avenue M and the survey that and then survey results are showing that we have in that reinstatement category that we have many members out there who may have stepped away from DKG for personal reasons or just the time that they were in of their life. And they are actually wanting to come back if just asked and reached out to. So it's very important that you think about those members and who they might be. Reach out to them, ask them to come back. There is actually on the website, there's something called the Annie Calling script, and it's very easy to follow. I actually wrote an article about it for The Voice, and it's on the DKG website, and it tells you exactly how to call somebody up and ask them and talk to them and give them reasons why. And if they say this, it's kind of like a telemarketing call. If they say this, you can say this, you can reply this way, and it's going to help you be able to reach out to those members who might have stepped away. So don't forget about reinstatement. They may be in a different stage of their life where now DKG is just what they need. And we're going to need them just as much so we can both be there for each other. So I just don't want you to forget about those reinstatement members. Okay, what should you do to reach your quest? So ideas for recruitment of new members. You're going to share opportunities for members with potential members to find out about DKG and your chapter. And that is on page 9 in your handbook. I also want to mention that this has wonderful reasons for you to give potential members of why they should join. It also is part of the gold key, and it's hard to find. So it was located as a separate document, and it's now inside the handbook on page 9. So if you're looking for that section of gold key that talks about opportunities for members, that's where it's located. And it has many things, financial support that we provide. It also has leadership opportunities, speaker opportunities, and just getting people in there to share ideas, the emergency assistance that we offer, leadership opportunities in nurturing environment, so we can really help you develop into a leader. And then it serves a community, state, and province, or country, or world, because we are international. So there's many types of opportunities and things for you to share with potential members. And do remember that we also have right now on our website, and hopefully that will pop up when I share the website in just a little bit. We have the Bursting Bubble campaign that's going on the international right now. And it gives many opportunities and reasons why to join DKG. And they're bursting a bubble every month. So keep track of that, and it'll give you some really good ideas. Okay, ideas for recruitment of new members. So what I want you to think about is active marketing. So we want to get out there. We want to get out there what's special about your chapter. Each one of us are located different parts around the state. Each of us may have something that our area is particularly known for, or maybe even an expertise that our area has in a field of education. And you want to get those things out to the forefront so that people are wanting to be in our organization. Really, it is a true treasure. We just have to get out there and market it and make ourselves known. So Who can we make ourselves known to? You can see here, it says, people that we may be able to approach for membership are classroom teachers, administrators, college or trade school instructors, adjunct professors, instructional aides, paraprofessionals, private or chapter school teachers, educational program administrators, private tutors, zoo, museum, art gallery, historic homeschool organizations, librarians, instruction on the public library, church, school, education department leaders, business employees responsible for employee training, preschool and nursery school teachers, registered nurses who present educational programs, state and countywide teacher training educators, consultants, local and state national departments of education employees who provide educational services, corporate trainers, and seminar leaders. Now, I normally would want to read a whole slide to you, but these were new to me. When I went to the Leadership International training last summer, there was a lot of new information. And what they wanted you to do is they wanted you to think out of the box. This year, I actually was able to, not just our chapter was able to pull in somebody who's a grant writer for education. She previously ran our at our Ohio University. She previously ran the Child Development Center there. She had been a preschool and an administrator, and now she's a grant writer. And we were able to pull her in, thinking out of the box about who could be a member of DKG and who could it benefit them and benefit us. And she is a true treasure, so we are glad to have her. So I'm letting you know this to just think out of the box about what type of members and what type of people that you could approach to become a member. The next one is, where can you find those members? Some of my favorite things that were mentioned this year for leadership or were at the leadership training that I went to were, and I did write this in an article, but some of my favorite ones were farmers markets. Have a table at a farmers market. Have a table at the fair so that people know who you are. Find fun summer spots. Maybe you have a festival. My town has the Washboard Festival. So it would be great to set up a table there to make ourselves known. Getting that word out there about what we are about, who we are, will be a true benefit to you. Also, another one they talked about, we're getting out to teacher events, such as maybe they have an opening day that you could be at their opening day and pass out information, or maybe a little treat. Everybody likes to get a little treat. Also, one of the things that I heard that I would love for our state to do is we go to those. I always think of the Reading Recovery Conference because that was my favorite conference to go to every year. But we have events. We even have through our union where we just have these big conventions. And why should we not have a table there? I attended some planning meetings for Illinois' membership state chair, and they were very interesting. They are setting up at their union annual convention, state convention, and they're getting that word out there that way. So being at some type of event, especially even at a bigger level than just local, and taking part in that could help also. And there's a whole list here of where to find potential members. And then how to find them. There are many different types, getting together, brainstorming who those people could be that you're looking for. And I'm going to share some other things with you. But we want to make sure we are also supporting early educators. So getting in there, I know I've heard before many chapters preparing a little beginning of the year bag for those early educators with supplies in it, of course, some snacks, just things that you think that might support them. And then we're getting our foot in the door and we're letting them know about our organization. And all of those who, where, and how will be on the state website. The next thing is we need to be taking part in our Ohio State Organization Membership Challenge. Now, Last year, I'm going to share with you in just a second what it looked like. Last year at our fall executive board, everybody got a packet with our campaign. And inside of it are going to be all of those forms I'm going to show you. It's going to have, I'm going to show you in just a minute, the special little package that it had. Oops. Let's go back. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and all of this is on the state website. This is a presentation, and last year's theme was a pirate theme and treasures, the treasures of Delta Kappa Gamma, and finding them, and sharing them out so that we could shine. And this presentation was made so that you could take it back to your chapters and you could do the activity with your chapter. There was a little treasure chest that went with it, and everything inside of it explain what the true treasures of our organization. So you could use that and it could be put out looking for new members. And inside of it, let's see, inside right here, you can see that we have, oops, wrong one. Well, these are actually something that's in there. This is letting people know about our organization. So inside the packet, there will be flyers for you to put out at restaurants or events where you think educators are going to be there, community bulletin boards. This was even a bookmark that our Kathy Tenney created, and it could be put in books and left at the library so people could find out about it. So these are active marketing, and these were created with our communications and marketing committee, and there will be new ones that go along with our new campaign, which I'm not going to let you know what that is yet because it's going to be a surprise. So it's going to come out at our fall executive board, what our actual campaign is going to be, the theme of it. Let's go back. And these can all be found under committees. And then you look for membership. And here it is. All right. I'm hitting the wrong thing. There we go. All right. And what was inside that packet that I showed you? So this is the front of the packet. Next year, of course, it will be different. And inside, you will have some type of little display to keep at your monthly meetings. And it will have where you write down those names of prospective members. There will also, we'll talk about the plan that you need to be following, and you're going to have some other things to go along with this. And it will have the rules of the campaign and how you can be successful, and some ideas of how you can be successful for the year. And then, like I said, the marketing supplies will also be in there. And also inside that kit will be the forms that you need. So at International, now I'm switching back to the International site. So this was the president's page, but if we go to media resources and we go under membership, there are so many resources under this. So you have this, what used to be called the membership kit is now called the membership plan. So if you click on that, it goes literally down through all the documents that you would need to carry out what the International membership plan is to get new members. So it has the plan overview for you to print, the prospect cards, the chapter member information that you would hand out to have them fill out, a prospect letter that explains our organization to them. If you're planning on an honorary member, it's there. An induction letter, inviting them to the induction ceremony. And then there's also this great letter that could go out to superintendents, letting superintendents know that, which could be so valuable to send it out to superintendents so they could let them know that you have become a member of DKG and the importance of it. So then you see that superintendent, at a meeting, and he says, hey, congratulations for being a member of DKG. And we have gotten our name out there. And so the administrators know that it's an honor and they recognize the worth of our organization. And so, how does this work? It has step by step what to do. And I'm not going to go over each one of those. I will tell you, and I know that we say, don't want to talk about my chapter, but I do want to let you know what we have had success with because we have followed this plan now for several years. Always do, we don't wait every 4 years, but at least on the leap year, we always do a special event. So, what I want you to know is that you need to be strategic with your planning of a event for the year. So something that you have worked together, your admin team with your membership. We actually met 2 or 3 times before we had our event, and it was called Leap into Alpha Xi. And it was all on Leap Day, which made it fun. So all of our activities had to do with something that leaped. We played games with frogs. And then on this international, they have such a great little marketing tool, and it's an orientation. And during that event, we always show the orientation and we follow and we do the orientation as part of it. We also have games, we have fun. We played Jeopardy type thing that explained exactly what our organization was. And we were very specific at that event, letting people know exactly what they were going to be expected to do, what a meeting was going to look like, about our yearbook, how we plan our year. We went very in depth so that they would know whether they wanted to be part of our organization, and so that it wouldn't be any surprises coming up. We talked about the national level. We talked about our initiatives. Everything was laid out for them in a fun, exciting way with lots of engaging games. So let's take a look at this. If we go back to new members, you can put together this little membership kit. All of these can be printed, and we gave this out at the meeting. And all of these can be printed and downloaded except for a Journey for Life. And I just ordered those from International. It just took a few days to get in. I have 100 of them so that I can keep them and put them. So I prepared this folder for them, and that was given at the event. And you, like I said, it's downloadable, and you can put all of those in a little folder, or you can actually buy this folder from International if you want to give out. Now, I want to show you orientation videos. So the Journey for Life orientation, you can get it either, you can download it, you can present it live off the web, and they're all different ones right here, membership videos. There's one especially, which I love to talk about our founders and how they were a little rebellious. You know, I just love that. And so this has all about the founders that we showed to them. It has Pride in the Big Picture. It has it where you can personally present it as a presentation, or it also has it where it does the talking for you. So that's your choice. But they're all right there under new members. All that is found there. All right, so one important thing that I want to talk about is when you're planning this event, you want to be collecting prospect cards. So at every meeting, you want to be having people fill out a potential member on that prospect card and keeping hold of it. And once you have those names and you're going to have your event, you want to be organized. In the meeting before the event, you want to make sure those names are listed and that you have decided, however your chapter decides, because the International has now said that we do not need to vote on new members anymore, that they are invited to membership, and once they've paid their dues, they are members. Now, you need to follow your chapter rules on that. I did bring it up at my meeting, and people were not happy because our chapter rules say that they must be voted on. We are hoping to change that, so you need to follow your chapter rules, but they do not need to be voted on. But if you do require that, you want to make sure the meeting before your event that you have already voted on those members. And what we do is people have brought those names to us, we put them on a list, and the people who filled out the prospect card for them, they give a little talk, just, very short, couple sentences about why they think that they should be part of our organization. And it goes very quickly. And then when we have the event, they have already been voted on according to our chapter rules. And we can offer them membership right at that event. So in that red folder, we have the paperwork for them to fill out. And it has worked very well for us. One year we had 12 new members. Another year we had 10 new members. This year we had 5 new members, and we're very happy with that. Now, you need to think very big when you're getting those names out there. We had 5 new members, but we invited 25, and we were down to 5. So you don't want to think small. You want to think big. Go big, reach out, and get those members. All right. I think there is another thing that I want to mention, and I had to step out during Kathy's presentation. So I know that it mentions on Gold Key about chapter strengthening, and it is here. It is also part of the membership plan. But chapter strengthening can be found here when it talks about that. And also the chapter checkup is also under chapter strengthening. So it's all down here. So all of those things that we talked about, chapter checkup is right there. And then strategies for chapter thinking or chapter strengthening are all right here. It even has ways for engaging new members. So there's a lot of resources on there. And I get a lot of, I can't get in, I can't remember my number. So remember that you need your membership number. If you need that, the treasurer is a great person to find that from, and that can help you get in. They're very helpful because it seems like until I started doing a lot of membership work and using these resources, I always was messaging them to find out what my password was again. And they're very helpful with that. And they get back to you very quickly. I can attest to that. Since I've been in here now, I have it saved and I don't have to worry about it. But you can get that chapter membership number or your membership number from your chapter treasurer. And then if you have that, they'll help you get on that website. They're very good at getting back with you. I just want to let you know about that from experience. All right, another thing that has changed, but again, you need to check your chapter rules, is you do not have to have an induction ceremony anymore. We did have it because we enjoy having it, and we think that it's nice for them to get that recognition in our chapter, but it does not have to happen anymore. We had one lady who's just too shy to go through it. So 4 of the new members were there, and one lady did it, and she has paid her dues. So she is a member. So just to let you know that that is another thing that you need to follow your chapter rules on. All right. We're going to go back to my presentation. And we're going to talk about forms and more forms. So, and we talked about orientation already. I showed you where to find that on the International. So one thing that you need to be doing as membership chair, and actually in my organization, the president does this, but it really is the responsibility of the membership committee to get this in. Form 6 is due upon the death of members. So you need to get that in quickly. It gets reported to membership at the state level. It gets reported to the treasurer, and it also gets reported to International. And it describes, this form actually comes from International. It is already on our state. In that handy dandy packet that I'm going to give you at our fall executive board, there will be a copy of it in there too, because some people don't like to fill things out online, and you may mail that in, and I receive those often. And then that's how we get them recorded as a death and honored on our necrology service. And so the International has a record of that. Now, another form that's going to be needed to be filled out, which is part of our Ohio State organization, is the Necrology Report Form 2. And this is due on February 1st. Now, each chapter needs to fill this out, even if you are so lucky that you don't have a death that year. It needs to be turned in so that we can make sure that that necrology service that everybody who needs to be honored is. So that's very important to be turned in. And this can be found, it's due February 1st, and it is found on our state website. And it will also be in that packet, like I said, so that you have it there with you to make copies and send it by mail if you would like to do it that way. Now, we talked about, and I'm giving away a little hint of what our next year campaign for membership is going to be. It's going to be SOAR with membership. So that could be many things. I'm not going to tell you exactly what that soaring has to do with, but I want to show you the reporting form. The reporting form for SOAR and for our membership campaign is right here. So you're going to let me know. And I did have most of the chapters turn those in this year. But I did have some chapters who were reporting all of their members. So this is just those members that you collect that are new to your chapter. So we have collegiate, which is going to be called extraordinary. We have the elite, which are DK members who are returning to chapters or merging, reuniting chapter members from other chapters, or members who are retired educators. We have the exclusive, which are new members who are actively teaching educators. And we have exceptional, which are educators who are active or retired in areas outside of the school system. So you're going to need to report that form, and it will be live on the OSO website, and it will start being live. I think that they usually do it the month before, maybe 2 months before. I'm not sure, because if you are noticing up here, we are changing the date. It's just too early to try to get those in May because we're still collecting members. So now you have July 1st this year. This campaign is going to run from July 1st this year to June 1st in 2025. So it will be due by June 1st. And it will be live, but you can also mail those in. It's up to you. But that's just a little peek of what we're going to be doing. And I want to explain this form so that you have that ahead of time. So, all right, that's all I have, but may you have success on your quest. And remember that OSO guides are always here to help you. Here we are last year in our treasure outfits, our pirate outfits for ready for the hunt to look for treasures. And we will have a new theme next year that I'm sure we'll have fun with that too. And we invite all of you to participate so we can be successful and we can build OSO and Delta Kappa Gamma. So thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Michelle. That was a super duper sparkle that you've given us for membership. And we're going to be excited to see what we're going to do to SOAR this year as we start this new biennium. So we appreciate you sharing all of the documents with us, where we can find them and how we can get them in on schedule with you. And we appreciate you sharing with us all the different documents where they're found on the websites so that we can have further insight. And if you're like me, years ago, and I'm telling my age as far as DKG is concerned, they used to hand out every year these wonderful membership cards, and you got your number on them, and every year I call it, you took it for granted because your chapter president or your treasurer gave them to you every year, so you just stuck them in your wallet, and that's how you got your membership number. And then the year was announced, you no longer received them. And I think there was a panic that went through a wave that went through the land. Oh no, what are we going to do? We're not going to be able to remember them. Well, all of a sudden, if you type them in to international and you hit that save button, it comes up every single time. So you no longer have to put them in every single time. So once you put it in one time, it will pop up every single time, and you don't ever have to keep typing it in. So the first time that you put it in, and you push save, every time that you go back to the international website, it will come back up again. So I'm on there all the time looking up information. And if that hinders you from getting on the website thinking, oh, I may have forgotten my membership number or my password, if you type it in for the first time, it will save it in there. So every time you go in again, it's right there and it will pop up for you. So then that does not deter you from going in to look up information on the website. So that's one of the features that they have, which I think is very nice. So again, just remember that if you type it in once, you hit that save button, it'll keep coming back up again. So that's something. So I shouldn't have told you about those cards, but they used to give those to us every year. And
It hasn't been that long ago, really.
Okay, all right, that makes me feel better.
I did forget, Melanie, if you would just allow me, I do have a few more minutes. I did not ask if anybody had any questions. So I feel like that's kind of important, Melody. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Did anybody have any questions for me? Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Remember, I'm always here if you need anything.
All right. We thank you so much again, Michelle, for all of your help. And we'll be ready for our new membership initiative in the fall.